What's good, yo? It's your boy Aubrey, man, and I'm back with the next video, man. So in this video, you already saw by the title, 10 most terrifying demons in North America you should never summon. I hope this video is gonna be good. I've never done a video like this. Most amazing top 10 channel. That's the channel's name. So I've never done a video on the channel. So this is gonna be the first one. Like I said before, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're on a road to 200 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into this video.
Summoning a demon just sounds like a bad idea all around, and I can confidently say I would never do that. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and today we're counting down our list of the top 10 terrifying demons in North America you should never summon. Now, I feel like when you tell someone not to do something, it makes them want to do it more, so if you do try to summon these demons...
Yeah, she's actually right. Like, if you tell someone not to do something, it's like telling someone to not press the red button. Or obviously they're gonna press the red button because, I don't know, it's just in human nature or some shit like that. But let's get back into it.
Just know that I tried to warn ya. Number 10, Adesea. Adesea is a giant demon-eating demon in the religion and mythos of the Zuni people of the southwestern United States. He is a giant, several times larger than a normal human being. In one story, he is said to have long, wild gray hair and hands with skin so thick and gnarled that the knuckles appeared horned. In another tale, he is said to have chest hair as prickly as porcupine quills, immensely muscular arms covered in black and white scales, a scalp covered in bristly hair like a bison's mane, a mouth that stretched from ear to ear, and a wrinkled, swollen red face. Several stories agree that he had bulging eyes that did not blink, yellow tusks that protruded past his lips, and long talons. Adesea is depicted as having a number of unsavory behavioral traits. In addition to eating his fellow demons, he's also depicted as hungry for human flesh.
Wait, they just pointed out a lot of stuff. Like, that was now a lot of stuff now. God, that's a demon. Hope you're counting down. Hope you're... Tell me in a comments down below which one was your favorite demon, because this one, the first one, really sounds evil as... You know, the word evil as if. So, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
And, I'm so glad he didn't leave us out. He's also an inadvertent liar and is often depicted armed with weapons, so I wouldn't invite him into your life. Number 9, Dharmasan. You can summon Dharmasan.
Thank you for letting me know that I wouldn't invite him in my life. I'll never. Guys, you see that? That's a face in a body of something's body. I don't know. But make sure you comment down below if you know this. If you've ever heard of this before. Any of these monsters.
Inadvertent liar and is often depicted armed with weapons, so I wouldn't invite him into your life. Number 9. Dharmasan. You can summon Dharmasan by playing a little game mostly known by the name of the bath game. You must be in a bathtub, and while washing your hair, you must say Dharmasan fell down repeatedly until you finish. You will visualize a woman falling, her head hitting a rusty tap that impales her through her eye, after which she dies. The next day, it's said that the ghost of Dharmasan will follow. If you try to look directly at her, she will disappear. But if you keep glancing behind your right shoulder, you may get a glimpse of her. Her hair will be black and tangled, and she will have only one eye. She will attempt to get closer and closer to you as the day goes on. Should you spot her and find that she is too close for comfort, shout Tamar. That is stop and run away. The idea is to put some distance between you and her, and do not allow her to catch you. When you catch her gaze, you can perform a chopping motion with your hand while shouting Kida in order to escape her and win the game, as long as it's done before midnight. That is. Failing to do so will grant her permission to enter your dreams, and that is, well, Terrifying. Number 8. Flying heads. Flying heads are described as being ravenous spirits that are cursed with an insatiable hunger. They are generally described as resembling a human head with long dark hair, terrible eyes, and a large mouth filled with razor-sharp fangs. In some versions, the flying head has a pair of bat wings jutting from each side of its cheek and bird-like talons. In all instances, they're described as being larger in size than that of the tallest man and possessing a hide that no weapon can penetrate. According to native folklore, during an especially severe winter prior to European arrival, an unknown tribe in New York State was suffering a famine. The young men wished to move the tribe across the Great Lake to seek new opportunities, whilst the older men, believing the famine was a punishment for their crimes by the spirits, desired to stay and endure. Enraged by the old men's stubbornness, the young men ended their lives, decapitating the bodies and dropping their heads into the lake. However, one of the young men involved in the deaths became entangled in the pile of heads, falling into the lake and drowning. Then, after destroying those responsible for the deaths, the flying head began terrorizing other tribes. Number 7. Elevator Lady. You can summon the Elevator Lady by playing the elevator game / ritual. This one is as simple as going up and down between specific floors until a creepy lady enters the elevator with you. In this terrifying moment that she does appear, it's crucial that you do not acknowledge her. You just take the elevator up to the 10th floor. Then you'll have one chance to forfeit the ritual. If you want to proceed, simply step out of the elevator into an alternate dimension. The lady will ask you where you're going, but just ignore her. You may explore this world if you dare, and to get back to your original world, just repeat the steps you took to get to the alternate one, making sure to use the same elevator. Whatever you do though, do not speak or even look at her. If you do, she may decide to keep you for her own, and you don't want to know what happens then. Number 6. Wendigo. A Wendigo originates from the folklore of the Plains and Great Lake natives as well as some First Nations. It's based in and around the East Coast forests of Canada, the Great Plains region of the United States, and the Great Lakes region of the United States and Canada. Sometimes Wendigos are described as exceptionally thin, with skulls and skeletons pushing through its ash-colored mummy-like skin. Other stories describe the Wendigo as a well-fleshed giant who gets proportionately larger the more it eats. According to other legends, the Wendigo has pointed or animal-like ears with antlers or horns sprouting on its head. A Wendigo's eyes have been described as sunken or glowing like hot coals. Sharp and pointy teeth, extremely bad breath, and body odor are also often traits of a Wendigo. It is usually, but not always, endowed with powers such as superhuman strength and stamina that will allow it to stalk, overpower, and devour its victims. Wendigos are usually credited with exceptional eyesight, hearing, and senses of smell. They are said to move within the speed of the wind and have the ability to walk across deep snow or even over open water without sinking. It's said to invoke feelings of insatiable hunger / greed, the desire to eat other humans, and the propensity to end people's lives in those who fall under its influence. Number 5. Candyman. Having his life ended for simply loving a white woman, Daniel Robital had an unjust price for his death of having his hand cut off, being covered in honey, and having a hive set upon him, and then finally being set on fire after his torment was done. He was then summoned as an urban legend, taking on the form of pure malice, his name to become infamous in the town, killing any and all who invoke his name. According to this legend, if you look into a mirror and chant the name Candyman 5 times, he will appear behind you and kill you with his hook. For you see, the Candyman is a vicious killer with a bloody hook for a hand. He appears in the mirror covered in blood and bees and has nothing but death on his mind. If you summon him, you're just asking for a death sentence, okay? Just don't do it. Number 4. Paimon. If you've heard the name Paimon before, it's probably because this is the demon in Ari Aster's film Hereditary, but it's actually a real demon. Paimon is a spirit named in the early grimoires. Though there's some variation in his appearance, his grandeur is mentioned in all accounts. Paimon wears a woman's face but a man's form, regaled with fine jewelry and a golden crown. His voice is so unnaturally loud and authoritative that it hurts anyone who listens. To merely understand the demon, you must request he lower his voice. Preceding him is a host of spirits spirits who appear as men playing loud fanfare with a diverse arrangement of horns, cymbals, and other musical instruments. Paimon is one of the greater kings of Hell, and like other kings, he travels with an entourage. When summoning Paimon, be aware that he travels with 2 lesser kings and 25 of the 200 spirit legions under his command. And to even reach Paimon, there may be a network of lesser demons who act as intermediaries between you and Paimon. You may even have to appeal and compel demons just to navigate a path to find King Paimon, so it's just difficult overall. Number 3, Skinwalker. Okay, so not necessarily a demon, but hear me out. In Navajo culture, a Skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. According to some traditions, Skinwalkers were once the healers and medicine men who were corrupted by their own power and turned to evil. By draping the hide of a certain animal over themselves, the witch takes on the form and traits of that animal. In doing so, the witch gains the animal's strength, speed, and endurance. They sometimes transform themselves into animals simply for the purpose of traversing great distances quickly. They may also transform in order to wreak havoc on others, as their identity will be hidden and they'll be able to escape quickly if necessary. They curse people and cause great suffering and death, one Navajo writer explained. At night, their eyes grow like hot coals. It's said if you see the face of a skinwalker, they have to kill you. If you see one and know who it is, they will die. If you see them and you don't know them, they have to kill you in order to keep you from finding out who they are. Skinwalkers are also telepathically linked to each other, enhancing their coordination during hunts and fights, but allowing little to no privacy at any time. Skinwalkers can read other humans' minds and control them, and skinwalkers in 2 different groups can communicate telepathically and are able to choose which thoughts they share. They can also copy animal or human voices to lure victims to them to feed on. They generally copy the sound of a human that is in need of help, so don't get tricked. Number 2, the Midnight Man. I'm not gonna lie, this is a cool sounding name, but whatever you do, don't summon him. I mean, can you think of a better way to spend an evening than inviting a ghostly spirit into your home and having him chase you around in the darkness for over 3 hours while you avoid him? Yeah. Okay, well, this game is called the Midnight Game, and the ritual begins with you pricking yourself to draw blood. It's basically hide and seek, and once you perform the needed steps, open your door and let the Midnight Man in. The goal of the game is to avoid meeting the Midnight Man in the dark. Continually moving about your home will make it more difficult for him to find you, and should you stop moving at any point, he will catch you. Accounts differ as to what happens to the players caught by the Midnight Man. Some claim he will induce a hallucination of your worst fear until the end of the game. Others claim he'll remove your organs one by one. Both outcomes are to be avoided at all costs. At 3:33 a.m., the Midnight Man will leave your home, and then you can safely end the game and be free of him. And coming in at number 1 is Bloody Mary. The roots of the mirror game known as Bloody Mary stretch back to a folk tradition practiced by young people in the 19th century. And as for who Bloody Mary is, well, that changes depending on who you're talking to. Some say she's Mary Worth, who may have been either a Puritan woman who was tried and executed for witchcraft, or a woman who was killed in a car crash. Some say she's the vengeful spirit of a mother who lost her child, and still others say she's Mary Tudor, the Queen of England who reigned from 1553 to 1558 and became known as Bloody Mary for the executions she carried out. In the ritual of today, Bloody Mary allegedly appears to individuals or groups who repeatedly chant her name into a mirror placed in a dimly lit or candlelit room. The Bloody Mary apparition allegedly appears as a corpse, witch, or ghost that can be friendly or evil and is sometimes seen covered in blood, hence the name. The lore surrounding the ritual states that participants may endure the apparition screaming at them, cursing at them, strangling them, stealing their soul, drinking their blood, or scratching their eyes out. Which is so kind of her, eh? Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 terrifying demons in North America you should never summon. Have you ever summoned a demon? Let us know in the comments down below. And make sure to like and subscribe while you're down there. I'm your host, Emily, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It was a good video, really nice. Enjoyed it. So make sure you like and subscribe. I'm gonna drop this video right now, and I'm gonna go to the next video to react. So make sure you like this video. Peace, guys. Lots of love.